Now, there's a question, ain't it? What can you do for me? That's a good question because there could be a lot of possibilities there. You know what I mean? Where did you get the idea that I had been running away from anything? That's a good question because there could be a lot of possibilities there. You know what I mean? I mean, it could be that I just, recently knocked over my neighborhood grocery store for a little bit of loose change. No? Okay, maybe I just committed assault on a middle-aged lady in a dark, deserted subway station. That doesn't fancy it either. Well, maybe I just up and did away with my mama, stabbing her numerous times around the breast and abdomen with this ice pick. You know, the way I see it, I can never tell when I'm gonna run into a block of ice. It is human nature for a young man to place his mother on a pedestal. Randall, a tormented youth with an IQ of 187, using a combination of first and third person, gradually gives us insight into the events of the evening and the reasons his mother had to be removed from her pedestal, and how it came to pass in Slow Dance on the Killing by William Haley. Now, you can be certain that if I committed one of those depredations just enumerated, you can be certain that sooner or later, the sword of justice would pierce my heart. Actually, I'm the possessor of a rather unique and original type heart. There's a small hole in it, you see it? Well, it's the only thing in my life I really have an explanation for. Randall, you see, was conceived of a union between his mama and the numerous men she never saw again. His mama being a prostitute by profession, conceived of lust and the natural hungers of the flesh. But without love, it was this absence of love that left the hole in Randall's heart, no doubt. And it's such a colloquial expression, hole in heart. She used it often, his mama did. It got so that Randall thought, he heard that expression one more time. He cut somebody's throat. It being a toss-up of whether his own or his mama's. See, I was saved from the perpetration of that rash act, however, by the fact that about that time, my mama was apprehended for offering her charms to an officer of law. The funny thing is, he didn't arrest her until after he accepted her offer. You know what I mean? Anyway, they let me go back to my mama, who was now free and swinging, and Randall's getting the picture. He's figuring out what's going on. Randall's listening to his mother, walking up the stairs with the men, and then the men coming back down alone. About that time was when he stopped using that expression. You know about the hole in Randall's heart? She stopped using it, and Randall started. Come on, man, it's got a nice ring to it, don't you think? And it explains so many things perfectly. Like, for instance, the time I was in the process of fleeing the scene of a crime, as they say, when a 38 caliber bullet was fired at me. Naturally, the doctor said that little old bullet had struck him just an inch below the heart. But Randall knew better. Randall knew that little old bullet passed right through the hole in his heart. Followed by 2 years of restitution for Randall for youthful offenders. And wouldn't you know that on attaining his freedom, who would be standing there to greet him but my dear sweet mama, who wrote me 3 letters in 2 years and never did manage to make a visit in the flesh. But there she is now, standing in a green silk dress, standing there saying, "Oh, welcome home, Randall. You looking mighty fine." And Randall just looked her in the eye for about a minute and says, "Real go away, Mama." Which disturbs her in no way and sets her off screaming on a graduated scale of pitch and intensity. Screaming, "Randall, no matter what happens, I am still your mama!" And the last thing I heard her say was, "Randall, you've got no love in you." Which was true, of course. Because that little piece, which had never grown into Randall's heart, that was the piece where love is, of course. So I went to the rock to hide my face, and the rock cried out, "No hiding place." We are all involved in the killing grounds. One day our passions will take over. A passion for death and disaster. We are up to our eyeballs in blood. You've either got to swim in it or drown in it. One or the other. But every which way, it all comes down to the same thing in the end. No hiding place. Up the stairs first. One flight. 2 flights. 3 flights. 4. Noises in the bedroom. Mama, oh, giving value for money. The man walks out of the bedroom. A faceless man, button, shoelaces clicking on the linoleum. Out the door. Swing! Randall opens the door. Walks into the room. Mama on the bed, covers up. Screams when the knife comes down! Screams when the knife comes down! Screams when the knife comes down! Many, many times. The knife breaks. Use the ice pick. Small, round holes in the white sheets. Pumping blood. No screams. No screams no more. No pain no more. No, Mama, no more. Maybe next time. Maybe next time there will be a hiding